Welcome back to your to the channel. It's your boy Schoolboy here with another video, and we're talking about Real Housewives of Miami today, season 6, episode 7. Dildo and don't. All right. So before we go ahead and get into this video, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe to the channel. Push your boy through the algorithm. Trying to stay consistent with these videos, bring y'all some really good reviews coming in 2024 and beyond. But before we go ahead and get into anything, I want to make sure y'all check out Hotline Bling chat room. It is a show that I executive produce with Chef Don. He does all of the awesome editing that y'all see in the videos. Recently, Chef Don hit 9,000 subscribers, so congratulations to him over there. I love it. He's doing his thing. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel. You bang your notification bell button. Catch up on Hotline Bling chat room. This is episode 5. This is our ugly sweater episode. And on this episode, you will be able to, the night that it premieres, you'll be able to come in and take a poll and, see who actually wins the ugly sweater competition. So this is a really good, shady, fun episode. Y'all make sure y'all get into it. And just to let y'all know how fun and shady it is, let me let y'all watch this brief trailer to that episode.
You right about that too. You right. Ain't no need to lie. You right about that too.
This is Dollar Tree Couture. And
Couture. See, I like that.
oh, not a kangaroo pouch.
Yo,
Not B-ball. Not B-ball.
Y'all know about basketball is my favorite sport. I like when you dribble up and down the court.
Not B-ball.
Damn the court. Come on.
They're a mess. They a mess. All of them are wrong. I can't stand none of them. It's just they all a mess. And Krishan don't like, she watched it. Put on this same position that I thought you already had this position on last week.
We can try.
School of Dating is coming up, guys. If y'all know any of them fancy positions that she's talking about, hey, DM. Look at my call. Hello. School for Love of Dating. Yeah, you still got time. Do you know how to raise your leg up real high? Oh, okay. All right, bye. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know nothing else about that little boy. Does anybody know anything about that little
I
boy?
know he stank.
He do look funky. And that house was bad.
That man look like he ain't took no bath.
I mean, you might block this out, but I feel like
So y'all make sure, if y'all love that little sneak peek of this week's episode, y'all make sure y'all get over there and subscribe to Chef Don's channel, and y'all get into this week's episode. It does air at 10:15 Eastern Time, 9:15 Central. So y'all get into it, okay? And also, ladies, don't forget your boy has a new dating show coming out. And of course, who else would be, producing it and a part of the film crew? It was nobody but Chef Don. No other person would I love to do this with but him. So also, School of Love casting is extended. Y'all must get y'all applications in by Saturday, December 23rd of 2023. So, ladies, if you are interested in dating your boy and you ain't camera shy, go ahead and get into it. Women ages 30 to 45 must be in the DFW area, but responsible for travel outside of the DFW area. So if you actually fly in from another state to date me, you are required to furnish your own, hotel and your own plane tickets. We will furnish, of course, the travel from the dates, so black cars. Y'all will get black cars for the dates and stuff like that. But as far as like your travel expenses, that we won't be handling that. You just got to remember there's no entanglements, no marriages. You got to be single. active on social media, whether that's Twitter, IG, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And you got to be available for filming during those dates. So make sure y'all apply at www.tcddproductions.com. As well, if you have a Black-owned business and you would like for that Black-owned business to be featured on Hotline Bling chat room and or School of Love, make sure y'all email us at admin@tcddproductions.com. Again, admin@tcddproductions.com. All right. And for your pleasure and enjoyment, I got something else to kind of share with y'all as well.
ldo&DilDont Productions presents School of Love, honey. A new LGBTQ web reality series in the big city of Dallas, Texas. If you are interested in dating a schoolboy, make sure you get those applications in right now, just in time for school to be in session.
Sorry, we done got all that out of the way. And we are ready to go with what we came here to talk about, which is Real Housewives of Miami. This was a fun episode, and this is what I always be saying. Potomac is not giving us what Miami and Beverly Hills can do, and that is they can get along and move on and progress. I don't care what y'all say and how y'all try to argue me on Twitter about this, and I said what the hell I said. Potomac is not able to move on because they don't want to let the grudges go with all of the other stuff. And it is difficult for them to move on and actually have a lighthearted and fun episode, even with it being as heavy as it is with Gertie's diagnosis and everything. You are still able to deal and have a light episode and just seeing the women just have fun. But anyways, we open the episode. The ladies are having lunch in their bathing suits. They're joking. They're laughing at the table. Lisa says she wants the girls to play a game to lighten the mood. She has them do a scavenger hunt with Polaroid cameras. And the house that Lisa has the ladies at is just beautiful. Y'all always holler, we don't never get to see money and opulence. We'll just stop always watching Potomac and stop always watching Atlanta. Come watch Beverly Hills and Miami because they do show you opulence and they do show you money and they show you luxury. Y'all holler about that shit, but y'all don't watch nothing else besides them two franchises. It's just aggravating. But anyways, they have fun with this Polaroid scavenger hunt. The ladies break off into groups. Everybody's doing the task. They're having fun. They're joking. They're laughing. They're drinking. And they find certain things in Kiki's vacation bag, and they take pictures of Kiki's dildo inside her bag. And Nicole is like, ew, she touched it. Kiki says she need to have her dildo on vacation with her at all times. She never know when she gonna have a moment of feeling frisky. And I'm just like, ooh, Kiki, you nasty. You nasty. You real nasty. And I ain't even mad at it. But we move on, and Marisol and Nicole have a conversation, and she says Nicole hated her, and Nicole says, that's a strong word. It makes me feel like the times that y'all always say I hate people because I give a real honest criticism about them. Y'all swear somebody hate them, and that's not even it. She's just like, I couldn't understand why you dislike me. I didn't hate you, but I disliked you back. So, Nicole's like, nah, I ain't never hate you. And Marisol claims that she was super protective of her friends, and that's the reason why she came so hard on Nicole. Marisol claims she had been hazing Nicole for 2 years to come into the friend group. Marisol apologizes and says she was sorry for the way that she has treated Nicole in the past. In the end, they laugh and cheers, and they get their cocktails. Okay, and I felt like finally Marisol was giving us an apology. Nicole didn't warrant all of that stuff. You was mad because she was coming at Larsa and everybody else, but she had reason to come after Larsa and she had reason to come after some of these other people. And I just felt like you was trying to make an issue where there shouldn't have been an issue, but okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you make that however you want to make it. The ladies get dressed for dinner on that evening and everyone looks great. They get into the Sprinter bus to leave and head out. They begin to talk about fetishes, and they specifically start talking about a feet fetish, and it's just like, ugh. Now I am the type that I don't care if I'm dating you or not. Don't put your damn feet on me. It's just I have a thing with just like I feel like feet is one of them things that you walk around on all the time, and I just like I gotta really like you for you to be able to put your feet on me because I just that's something I can't get with. Um, Alexia says she doesn't like feet. Nicole says she was on a date with a man who drank champagne out of her shoe, and she thought that was nasty, but then she was also pissed that he ruined her shoes. They talk about other sexual freaky things and vibrators and all kind of crazy stuff. They eventually pull up to the restaurant. Lisa states they fuss and fight, at the cheers at the table. Lisa says they fuss and fight, but they are sisters at the end of the day, and they all cheers. And Marisol says Adriana needs to address the elephant in the room. And since they had a heated fight in the Sprinter going to Larsa's Make-A-Wish event, she says she didn't like the way she was with Adriana. And Alexis says that Marisol and Adriana shouldn't put their friends in the middle of the issues between them. And I just said that in my last review. Is Julia could probably get around with Alexia if it was not tension between Adriana and Marisol. Yes, Alexia and Adriana have their issues, but Alexia can coexist with Marisol and with Adriana in the same room and it not be that much of an issue for her. She can do it. Adriana admits they have been one-upping each other and kind of going back and forth. And she's like, we just kind of been doing that shit to each other. And Marisol apologized and Adriana accepted the apology. Julia says she doesn't believe the apology. She says Marisol stirs the pot a lot in the group, and everybody knows Marisol is the bone collector and the bone carrier for the Miami franchise. She leaves, she will bring the information to it and then sit back and throw her hands up and let it happen. And we've watched it a lot of times. Julia calls out Marisol and says you wanted to keep issues going between Alexia and Adriana, even at Nicole's engagement party. She fed the information to Alexia to come in at Adriana about her ex-boyfriend. Alexia agreed with Julia and says you do say things about people in the group, and Marisol says then I'm the one that takes the heat. So Alexia's like, look, you do stir the pot, you do keep the bullshit up, and then I'm the one that gets the heat, not you, because all of a sudden you don't want to come around or you're not around the group, and then when they see me, they jump me. And it was finally refreshing to see Alexia hold Marisol accountable for that and Julia to actually call it out, because nobody in the rest of the group was ever going to call that shit out for what it was, okay? Except for like Gertie, Nicole, and Adriana. I think they call it out the most. But it was interesting that Alexia finally said, yo, friend, you wrong. You wrong on it. Excuse me, y'all. Alexia agreed with Julia, says you do things. So she does agree. And then the one that takes the heat, and she says they did talk about prior situations privately and about how she has handled that in the past, Marisol says. So Gertie's like, rewind that here. Did I hear what I thought I heard? And Nicole says, you rarely see that this happen with Alexia holding Marisol accountable. And Larsa says she and Nicole were fighting for no reason because Marisol dropped that DM and let them fight and argue, and you just backed up from the whole situation, which, again, she did. Marisol says maybe she shouldn't have shared the DM. Nicole says, let's not do that because that's a slippery slope. And then Marisol says, well, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. You know, she's like, look, don't try to sit up here and act like you don't have to own that. You're wrong. And Marisol was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. Marisol says, well, I shouldn't have not done that. I'm sorry. Julia claims she heard that Marisol uses a private investigator to look up things on people in the group. And everyone is kind of like perplexed, but then again, not perplexed by this accusation. Lisa says, yes, there was talk of a private investigator following Anthony at the last reunion in New York. And Nicole says, yes, there was talk of that. Nicole says there was someone that followed Anthony to a happy hour event that he does every Friday for his office to build team building and morale. It takes the whole office out and they have drinks, you know, and they socialize. He noticed there was a PI taking photos of him, trying to catch him up with other female lawyers. And he told Nicole that he saw this person doing this. Julia continues by saying one of her friends told her that Marisol also hired someone to dig into Adriana's past to basically bury her. And Marisol is denying all of this the entire time. Well, we come to find out that the person that Julia is talking about is Marisol's ex. Apparently, Julia's friend is Marisol's ex, and he says he doesn't want to. She doesn't want to talk about that or get into it of that. And if you believe anything her ex is saying, that's crazy. Look, I ain't gonna say I don't believe what they're saying, but I don't put anything past Marisol because, again, you drop these different bombs and then you step back and you allow the girls to fight with each other while you sit back for your enjoyment and drink one of your mini cocktails and act like you don't know what's going on. And then Alexia gets jumped because her friend is doing all of this shady shit. Now, do I think that Alexia knows everything that Marisol does? No, I think Marisol tells Alexia what she wants Alexia to know so that Alexia will back her up should she get jumped on by the ladies. And I stand on that. Then Lisa brings up Lenny and says she would be uncomfortable if one of the girls hang out with Lenny. And I don't know how many, if I drank every time Lisa said the word Lenny, I'd be drunk as a mug. Kiki says she is so tired of hearing about Lenny every 2 seconds because in some way, Lisa is going to make something about Lenny. And I agree with Kiki wholeheartedly. It's like, girl, I understand that you're going through something and I know you understand you hurt. But what I really want you to do, Lisa, is please go get a therapist and see somebody. Stop letting Jody be your therapist, but go actually see somebody, lay on that couch and talk this shit out. Because at the end of the day, all of this constantly talking about Lenny is aggravating my soul. And I understand why that man wants a gag order against you from the court so that you will stop talking about him. It's simple. Lisa says Lenny made a post. She had to defend herself and reply. And Larsa says, you're in a great relationship. Move on. Kiki says, it's Lenny, and we're tired of talking about him. And she says, you need to focus on your brand and your kids. And I 100% agree with Kiki. Just stop. You don't realize how annoying this shit sounds. I wish Lisa would sit here and look at herself every single episode and count how many times she says Lenny's damn name. Because it's aggravating as hell. Lisa says Lisa says Kiki is being insensitive, and Larsa says she talks about Lenny way too much. Okay, and that's supposed to be your best friend. Larsa sitting up here saying you talk about that man way too much. I'm just saying. Lisa gets mad and says she's in the thick of it right now, and who is Kiki to say anything? And I'm just like, she's a real friend telling you the hard truth, but you don't want to hear that shit. Marisol gets up and is like stopping Kiki and Lisa from going back and forth, and she's like waving the white flag, like just stop. Nicole, Alexia, and Kiki get up to go to the bathroom while Lisa's at the end of the table crying with the other ladies, and I'm just like, here she go again. God. Now you got Larsa saying to Gertie her intentions were not bad by telling the other women that she texted and called and sent her flowers and saying that she was sorry. You think a private sorry is going to be just as good as the disrespect that you gave this lady? The sorry should be as loud as the disrespect, in my opinion, Larsa. And I don't care what you said privately. Publicly, you do need to apologize to that lady, but I know your ego and your pride ain't gonna allow you to do it. So at this point, Gertie just needs to go ahead and let it go and accept that this is who the hell you are. That if the sun don't rise and set on Larsa, it's not important. Gertie says, you didn't say it to my face. Larsa says, it shouldn't be about the word sorry. And Gertie says all she needed was a my bad and just an acknowledgement that you were wrong. And again, Larsa can't give that. Larsa says she's not in preschool and she doesn't feel like she should have to say sorry. And at this point, Gertie is like, whatever, girl. I'm just gonna agree so you shut the hell up and we can move on. Because you're not gonna take any responsibility on this at all. They go back to the other end of the table, and Lisa's still crying over there talking about Lenny. And Kiki says she has been dragging this out for months. And Nicole says it was time for some self-love. Like, you was right to tell her, like, come on. Marisol eventually breaks it up and says, let's go home so we can all lay down and move on, and Lisa can go to work in the morning because I'm just tired of this. And this was one time when Marisol interjected it, and I was like, oh, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. You interjected right now. The next morning, everyone is waking up for breakfast, and Julia and Adriana go outside and drink their coffee. And she wonders how Marisol knew she spoke to her ex and all this information, got all this information from him. And Adriana says she spoke with him as well before, and he told her some similar things. Julia names up all these additional things he says she has done to him. She's hacked his computers. She's tried to put voodoo on him and his girlfriend. Adriana backs up these claims, and Julia wants to confront Alexia about the roommate thing since she was offended by the comments made. Again, I think Alexia kind of said it at dinner, Julia, and you just didn't hear it. Basically, she's tired of being in the middle of the fight between Adriana and Marisol. Okay. They pieced it up. You don't realize when somebody's in the middle of something, it ain't personal towards you, Julia. It's not personal. I don't think it has anything to do with you being gay. I don't think it has anything to do with, I think it's pacifying Marisol and pacifying what's going on. I don't think she really ever, so I think she said it as a figment of speech, or just to say, yeah, I'm going to have to ask my husband about it as a joke. And then she was going to have to ask Marisol. But really, she was more concerned about Marisol and her friendship and not be in the middle of the beef between her and Adriana. And then she didn't want Adriana to get mad, like, oh, you taking my friend away from me and putting my friend in the middle. And then you gotta think about it. Marisol and Adriana would never sleep in the same room together. That would just also make another awkward situation. So I think Alexia in this point was just trying to avoid the BS. That's just my opinion. But she's gonna confront her about it eventually on this trip. The ladies come back out for breakfast, and Lisa has his face mask on, and Kiki comes to the table and she says, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm just like, Lisa, girl, it was last night. Let it the fuck go. Jesus. We are all tired of listening and hear you talk about Lenny. So it's really not even that damn deep. But you gonna try to make this an issue, in Lisa, whatever. Kiki was like, you don't have to keep saying good morning. I said it back, Lisa. And then Marisol asked, what are they doing for the day? Lisa says they're going to go they're going to go play croquet. And Lisa says she's going to RHOM 360 Lab to finalize her scent for her perfume line. And then she says she will bring some of the girls, but not all of them, because she didn't want to distract her for what she was doing that day. Lisa takes Nicole and Adriana with her to RHOM 360 Lab, and the rest of the girls go to croquet. She invited Larsa, but Larsa says she would rather go to croquet instead. And I think it's because Larsa's getting tired of hearing about Lenny, and she don't want to just be honest and say that's what it really is. So Larsa's just like, look, I just want to go have fun. I know eventually, probably at this damn meeting, she's gonna be crying about Lenny again, and I don't want to hear the shit. The ladies ride in old vintage cars to the croquet event. The car with Larsa, Kiki, and Julia overheat. So the ladies jump in the other car with Gertie and the other girls. Meanwhile, Lisa, Nicole, and Adriana show up at the lab where they're smelling the different scents. The producers asked Lisa in her confessional, will she tell Lenny about the fragrance line? And she says she's not gonna say anything. It's none of his goddamn business. And I'm like, girl, he gonna see it on TV anyway and on the blog. So you gonna find out whether you want him to find out or not. Nicole asks her when will she feel like the chapter is closed for her, and she claims it doesn't when she doesn't feel resentment towards Lenny. And again, you need to go to therapy for that, Lisa. No disrespect. Stop using Jody. He's not your damn therapist. Go get some professional help so that you can get out of that resentment and hate toward Lenny. Nicole gives her some encouraging words, and hopefully she can make that shit into some motivation and stop talking about goddamn Lenny and move on. We are coming towards the end of the episode. So finally, the other ladies arrive at the National Croquet Center. All these old white men is looking at them, laughing at them, walking across the greens. And then they go to this table and they're eating lunch. And all the old men are just laughing because they're like, what is all these women doing? Because it wasn't no old ass men running around there playing croquet. Marisol says they are old enough to be, are they even old enough to even be there? Marisol gets a Google alert about Lisa, and she tells the group, yeah, I got a Google alert set up on Lisa. And I'm like, see, that's why that private investigator shit, I low-key want to believe it, because look at this shit right here. Lenny accuses Lisa of Instacarting $10,000 worth of items on his credit card, and he wants the judge to stop Lisa from being able to do that. Larsa says, what is she buying? Because she got 4 kids and she spent $500 a week on groceries, and there's no way that, she believes, there's no way she don't understand what the hell Lisa is spending all this damn money on. But she does believe if Lenny is taking her to court, she does believe that Lisa is still doing it. But she knows her best friend, and she knows Sephora is on there, and she loves makeup, and she believes that it is true. Larsa says Lisa needs to understand a budget, and that she's not going to have the lifestyle that she had with Lenny after. Marisol says they need to explain this to her without her getting upset, and the episode goes off. And I really do believe that they do need to explain that to her. She does need to be explained that, hey, you can't be thinking that you still gonna live this high lifestyle. Even when she was looking at the that condo that was $7 million, I'm like, how you gonna pay the HOA fee was $4,100 a month? That wasn't the more. I think Lisa has impossible standards. You think you're gonna come out with half of that man money, and I highly doubt it. I think Lenny is gonna make sure you don't come out with everything like you think you're gonna come out with. I think that you're biting off more than you can actually chew. And I think you need to be realistic about what you're going to have. I don't think that they're going to be able to have a solid conversation with her about this, because I don't believe Lisa is really going to listen to them. But I'm going to say good luck with that. I can't wait to see what next week's episode brings. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure, y'all check out Hotline Bling. Chat room episode 5 this Friday, the ugly sweater edition. Make sure y'all subscribe to Chef Don-Don's channel in order to see that, and go catch up on the first 4 episodes. Also, no, School of Love is coming at the beginning of next year, around springtime. Also, casting call is still open as well for that. And y'all have an amazing evening. I will have the recent episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills up sometime in tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can get up and get working on it early in the morning and finish it, because I have an appointment later on tomorrow afternoon. So thank y'all for watching and tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next video.